Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to InfoSyntax. Today we will learn about MongoDB. Let's start our session without any delay. What is MongoDB? MongoDB is a leading NoSQL classified as a document-oriented database. That means MongoDB is kind of NoSQL database. It is written in C++ language. MongoDB pairs each key with complex data structure named as a document. It stores document in binary encoded format termed as BSON. BSON is an extended format of JSON data model. It is developed by Alphonse Kemper. Now we will understand about the NoSQL. NoSQL does not use the relational model. What does mean relational model? As you know, RDBMS. In RDBMS, we are using relational database management system, but NoSQL is not supporting relational model. That means it's kind of DBMS category database. It runs on clusters. That means database we can run in different machines. It is probably open source. It is mostly used in big data and real-time web application. The commonly used data structures are document, graph, key pair value. That means NoSQL can store the data like as document, graph, or key pair value. Before I explain about the BSON, let's understand JSON format. JSON is JavaScript object notation. It is an alternative to XML. It is an alternative to XML primarily to transmit data. We are using JSON to transmit the data with different application. Why it is mean alternative to XML? If you compare JSON with XML, we know XML is heavyweight, but JSON is lightweight. So most of time we will prefer to use JSON file or JSON data transmit in network also. JSON data are keeping pair value like key and value. A key is a string enclosed with quotation mark. Value. A value can be string, number, boolean, expression, array or object. As you see in this example, you have ID key and its value is 1. And another key is there, its name and its value is ID. And it is enclosed with curly braces, and each key are enclosed with double quote and value is also in double quote. Now we have understand the JSON format. We will see what is BSON. BSON can be defined as a binary encoded serialization of JSON. BSON supports embedding objects and arrays with other objects and arrays. Let's see the below example. Here the JSON format, I have kept the key as message and value is hello world. If you see the same thing in BSON data is stored with binary format. The first line it means the document size. The second line is the type of string. The third we are keeping the field name. Then after it will come the field value. The last one is the end of object. Let's see if you use MongoDB, then what advantage we will get. Distributed system. It means NoSQL database are typically distributed system where several machines work together in clusters. Each piece of data is replicated over those machines to deliver redundancy and high availability. The second one, high scalability. MongoDB allow you to scale your cluster vertically by adding more resources to cluster or horizontally by partitioning the data via sharding. Sharding is a type of database partitioning that separates large database into smaller, faster or more easy managed parts. Next is reduced cost. NoSQL database require minimal management and it support many features. which make the need for the administration and tuning requirement becomes less. MongoDB covers automatic repair, easier data distribution, simpler data model. Next advantage is flexible schema design. MongoDB is schema-less database so that data can be inserted into database even without any predefined schema. The format or data model could be changed anytime without application disturbance. Next features is process unstructured or semi-structured data because MongoDB is schema-less database. Next feature is no complex relationship because this database is support flexible schema design or unstructured and semi-structured data. So that means there is no need to make any relationship between the data. The final feature is open source. The MongoDB, all these code are available in GitHub. You can see on this screen for community edition. Now we will move to our next slide. Before we are going to MongoDB, let's understand SQL database. As you know, SQL is relational data model. You can see here two tables are there. One is department, another is employee. And employee is depending upon department. That means there is a relation between these two tables. Employee is working under some department. Let's see the employee records. The first records, the employee name is Rio. Rio's department ID is 2. That means here we will come to the department. We will find the department ID as 2. We can see the department name is sales. The final we will understand Rio is working under sales department. Now come to the next employee name is Chris, who is working under department ID 1, and the department ID 1 is IT department. Finally, we will understand Chris is working under IT department. Similarly, we can go each row. We will find out the relation between the employee and department. Now we will jump to MongoDB database. Initially, we know the MongoDB is document-oriented database. So here we can see each department contains some document and employee also contains some document, and the document contains some information. Now we will go to the next slide. We will understand how the data is stored in document. Initially, we already discussed MongoDB supports JSON format data. Here we can see the department example, which is IT department. The data is stored like this in our database as a document format. Let's move to the next slide. We can see this data is containing both department and employee name. This is the plus point of MongoDB. We have already discussed MongoDB is schema-less database. So there is no fixed schema. Due to that, we can change any point of time. When you are entering the data, we can change the schema of the document. That is the flexibility of MongoDB. Now we will understand why we will choose MongoDB and which case we need to choose MongoDB. When large amount of data need to be stored and retrieved. If you are implementing a application, it has more records, large amount of data, that time we will go for the MongoDB. The next point, when replication is required in multiple data center globally. Suppose our application is hosted in global level and the data is replicated based on the country. So that time we can go for the MongoDB. So this case we get more performance on our application because database is distributed based on the origin. Next, where fast deployment and fast scaling is needed. Next point is relation between data we store is not an important because MongoDB is no scale database, so there is no relation between the data So that case we can go for MongoDB also. When heavy concurrency is demanded by user, when no downtime can be tolerated. Here downtime is minimized because it is supporting the distributed system. When the database need to grow rapidly according to the needs of user. When high uncertainty in size is present. Sometimes data is uncertainty, so keep in your mind this is not a important thing, then we will go for MongoDB database. We will meet on another video. Thank you. Please subscribe YouTube channel InfoSyntax. And for more details, you can visit www.infosyntax.com. Bye.